Drama is already brewing ahead of January, with Kobbie Mainoo pushing for a Serie A loan, Juventus scrambling to keep Kenan Yildiz away from Chelsea, and Manchester United eyeing a striker switch while doubts grow over Ruben Amorim. Let's dive straight in. We begin with a name that Manchester United fans know well, Kobbie Mainoo. According to Fabrizio Romano, the young midfielder has already agreed in principle to a January loan switch to Serie A. Mainoo's situation at Old Trafford has become increasingly tense. Despite being one of the most promising academy products in recent years, he's struggling to break into Ruben Amorim's starting 11. Just 12 starts out of 33 Premier League games under Amorim, far below what Mainoo expected. And this is where the frustration boils over. For Mainoo, with dreams of making England's World Cup squad, sitting on the bench isn't just disappointing, it's damaging. Mainoo believes he needs consistent playing time, and he sees a loan as the only way forward. Napoli, who are already circling in the final days of the summer transfer window, remain a serious option. Back then, United slammed the door shut, telling Napoli the midfielder was off limits. But Mainoo's stance has changed the mood. He's told the club he wants a dry loan, no option to buy, no permanent exit, just 6 months to play and develop. United for now are resisting. They want to keep him, protect their asset, and avoid weakening the squad mid-season. But Mainoo isn't backing down. He's making his case loud and clear. Let me play or let me leave temporarily. This is a tug of war between a club clinging to its talent and a player desperate to grow. And it's a story that could dominate headlines once January arrives. But while one young star is pushing to get out, over in Italy, Juventus are doing everything they can to keep their own wonderkid from being taken away. Kenan Yildiz is already the jewel of Juventus. This season, he's been dazzling fans with creativity, flair, and goals, including that thunderbolt in the Champions League against Borussia Dortmund. He's quickly become the face of Juventus' future. And that's exactly why Chelsea are lurking. Reports suggest the Blues are preparing a huge €100 million bid for 2026. Chelsea, still searching for a long-term creative spark after missing out on Xavi Simons, see Yildiz as the player who can unlock defenses for years to come. Enzo Maresca is said to be an admirer, and the interest is very real. Juventus know the Premier League threat is serious. The financial power of English clubs means if Yildiz's head is turned, it will be hard to compete. That's why they've already started talks with his camp over a new contract, even though his current deal doesn't expire until 2029. They're offering a significant salary increase, hoping money and loyalty will keep him in Turin. But here's the catch. Juve's financial situation isn't as strong as Chelsea. If the Premier League giants make their move in the next year or two, it could become a battle Juventus are ill-equipped to win. For now, Yildiz is focused, delivering performances that have made him the team's brightest light. But behind the scenes, the tension is growing. Juventus are desperate to protect their gem, while Chelsea quietly sharpen their plans. And, speaking of stars under pressure, let's shift to Liverpool, where their record signing is already being told he doesn't belong in the starting 11. Florian Wirtz was supposed to be the crown jewel of Liverpool's summer business. €125 million, a British record fee to bring one of Germany's brightest talents to Anfield. The expectation was sky high. But just weeks into the season, cracks are showing. After a bright Community Shield cameo, Wirtz has gone 8 games without a goal or assist. His latest outing, a disappointing 90 minutes in Liverpool's shock 1-0 Champions League defeat to Galatasaray, summed it up. The spark is missing, the confidence isn't there, and the price tag is becoming a heavy burden. Jamie Carragher, never one to mince words, delivered a brutal assessment. Wirtz is just not at the races at all. The balance of the team is wrong, and right now he stands out for the wrong reasons. His solution? Take Wirtz out of the firing line. Protect him from further pressure until he finds his footing. But that's easier said than done. With such a huge investment, Liverpool can't afford for Wirtz to flop. The board, the fans, and the player himself all need this transfer to work. The longer the drought continues, the louder the criticism will grow. It's a delicate situation for Arne Slot. Does he back his star man through the storm or pull him out before the pressure breaks him? Either way, the Wirtz saga has become one of the early stories of Liverpool's season. Meanwhile, at Old Trafford, the transfer spotlight shifts to the front line, where United may be preparing for another blockbuster striker signing. Manchester United's interest in Dusan Vlahovic has been reignited. The Juventus forward, one of Serie A's most lethal strikers, is reportedly back on their radar as a potential January signing. This comes despite United spending big on Benjamin Sesko in the summer. The Slovenian forward showed promise with his goal against Brentford, but overall, he's still struggling to settle in. The chemistry with teammates hasn't clicked yet, and United's attack often looks blunt. Enter Vlahovic. At 25, he's proven, powerful, and a natural finisher. With 2026 marking the end of his contract and no renewal in sight, Juventus are open to selling him sooner rather than later. And with their financial needs pressing, a January deal isn't out of the question. For United, Vlahovic represents stability, a forward who can deliver goals immediately while Sesko continues to develop. Italian and German outlets now confirm the talks are real. If United make their move, this could be one of the biggest stories of the winter window. But even as United explore new signings, storm clouds are gathering over the manager's future. Manchester United insiders fear that Ruben Amorim might resign before the board even gets the chance to sack him. It's been nearly a year since his appointment, but the numbers are damning. Not a single back-to-back Premier League win, a humiliating Carabao Cup exit at the hands of Grimsby, and most recently, another league defeat to Brentford. For a club of United stature, the patience of fans and insiders alike is wearing thin. The board faces a dilemma. Reports suggest sacking Amorim before November 1st, a year to the day since his appointment, would cost the club £12 million in compensation. But if Amorim walks out on his own, that bill disappears, and insiders believe that option is firmly on the table. Amorim is reportedly stunned by the level of criticism he's faced. He thought he'd be given time to rebuild. Instead, he's under fire week after week, with even his future in doubt before Christmas. The irony? United are caught between transfer ambitions, chasing Vlahovic, protecting Mainoo, while their manager's seat grows hotter by the day. The uncertainty could derail everything. So, Mainoo pushing for Italy, Chelsea chasing Yildiz, Wirtz struggling, United targeting Vlahovic, and Amorim's future in serious doubt. The January window already feels like it's here. Which of these stories will explode first? Let me know in the comments.